Good evening. Queensland will soon have the toughest gun laws in the country as the Newman Government cracks down on bikie violence. 20 extra police have already been assigned to hunting down the gunman who wounded 2 people at a crowded Gold Coast shopping centre. Amber Austin-Wright has been following the developments.
Bill, today we heard from Premier Campbell Newman, who says yesterday's shooting was totally unacceptable to the people of Queensland. He's vowed to do everything he can to make the community feel safe again. He announced a crackdown on firearms and extra police for the southeast. Police Commissioner Bob Atkinson has welcomed any extra resources as his officers continue to search for the gunman.
Still on the run after opening fire at the coast's busiest shopping centre, police believe this is the gunman who pulled the trigger on a man and a woman.
Carrying a silver handgun with silver on the top and black underneath.
The person was 20 to 30 years of age, of muscular build, with full arm tattoos and facial tattoos.
He's of Pacific Islander or Middle Eastern appearance. Detectives are convinced the suspect changed clothing after firing 2 shots at his victims. 42-year-old Jack Timo was released from hospital this afternoon, and a 53-year-old woman who was an innocent bystander is still recovering. Her injuries are more serious, and we anticipate that she will be in hospital for some time yet. It's the second time in a week Jack Timo, a senior member of the Bandidos Outlaw Motorcycle Club, has been the target of gunmen. The father of 2 is refusing to cooperate with police.
Their family life is completely different to their bike life, their club life. Yeah, he's a very nice person. Yeah, he's a family man.
The state government has responded immediately, introducing the toughest illegal gun laws in Australia and adding 20 extra detectives to help set up a major organised crime squad on the coast and bolster their outlaw motorcycle gang task force.
Our streets and our shopping centres are not going to be battlegrounds where people play out these sort of crazy criminal fantasies.
Police from Brisbane's Bikie task force and the state's violent crime squad have set up an incident room at the Gold Coast. Extra police are also here on the ground at Robina.
Today there were fewer shoppers, but the community is being assured it shouldn't live in fear.
Don't let this change your way of life.
While police are reminding everyone this is not a random shooting, they want this gunman off the streets as soon as possible. They're urging anyone who may recognise this man to come forward.
Thank you, Amber Austin-Wright on the Gold Coast. And Lexi Hamilton-Smith joins us now from central Brisbane. And Lexi, many recreational bikers are concerned they'll be targeted in the crackdown.
Yes, Georgie, a group of social bikers met near here earlier today to express their concern how the government is trying to rein all of them in. I mean, their fears are that with this escalation of violence, they're also seeing a community demonise and persecute all bikers unfairly.
A bikie wedding, a high-ranking rebel gang member the groom. The heavy police presence, overkill or playing it safe. Whichever, there's no apology for the tough tactics from the new police minister.
Legal firearm owners have nothing to worry about. It's people who are committing these illegal offences out there on the streets of Queensland.
The government's now relying on old anti-association Labor laws to crack down on bikie gangs.
Even though we're concerned about them and whether they actually will stick.
A short-term stopgap to protect the community.
But I'm just saying to Queenslanders, every avenue that we have will be used to try and shut these people down.
While outlaw gangs are the target, the crackdown's harming everyday bikers too.
We have a situation where motorcyclists generally tend to be demonised. It doesn't matter what we do.
Today, a show of force.
We just ride our bikes, mate. We're not worried about territory or drugs.
Most of them are fairly law-abiding.
And well aware, mud sticks.
Every member of society, I think, attaches us to them regardless, because we ride motorcycles and everyone knows motorcycles are mean and nasty people.
But of no interest to the police unless they break the law.
It's so sad to see people getting shot. You know, we didn't know what a gun was in that time. You know.
The Police Commissioner accepts many riders are legitimate, but says for some it's just a ruse.
And that is part of their clever marketing strategy to portray themselves as middle-aged people who simply have a love of motorbikes. And the more we can do to undo that false image, then the better that is.
Police Commissioner Bob Atkinson speaking there, and as you can see, this really is a very difficult issue. Those everyday bikers also concerned about the possible changes to laws where it'll be a zero alcohol limit for bikers on the road. But this is a really big issue, a massive headache for the government. Campbell Newman today clearly annoyed, blaming Labor and its do-nothing attitude for allowing these outlaw gangs to get so out of control. He says it's now up to the LNP to somehow clean it up.